everyone, this is Samantha from the Dancing Soap Dish, and today we're doing a Christmas melt and pour project. We're making these beautiful Christmas themed soap bars from cookie stamps. Yes, I'm going to show you how you can make these lovely soap bars with the imprint of the cookie stamp on them. There's a really cool trick that we're going to learn. I can't wait to show you. I've been dying to make soaps from these stamps for a while because I really love the designs on them. So we're going to get started right now. So here I have my cookie stamps. As you can see, there's a box here. It comes with a bunch of silicone cookie stamps and a stamper that they attach to. It's also got a cutter in there. Not going to need those two things today because I'm just going to use the cookie stamps. We have a gift, a butterfly, I'm not sure what that's doing in there, that's not very Christmassy, Christmas tree, snowflake, bells, gingerbread man. What I'm going to do is I might swap out this butterfly for this Merry Christmas stamp that I have here, and I'll also show you how you can still make these if you've got the handle attached to your stamp, because it's absolutely possible. So I'm going to make 6 soaps. I'm going to use Christmas colors. I'm going to make green, red and white soaps. I'll do 2 green, 2 red, 2 white. So what I'm going to do, the secret to making these, is to actually use paper cups. Now you can put these inside a soap mold, like maybe a round soap mold or something, but this edge here is actually you know, quite deep, and it does look a little bit funny because I tried it. It looked a little bit silly. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use some paper cups. So I have 6 here, 1 for each cookie stamp, sorry. And I'm going to push the cookie stamp into the paper cup. I'm going to push it down as far as it will go. I'm going to really wedge it in there nice and tight. It doesn't go all the way to the bottom of this paper cup, but that's fine because paper cups tend to be all different sizes, so no matter which paper cup you use, as long as the base isn't too big for the cookie stamp, you should be able to just wedge it down into the paper cup. Don't wedge it too far because the cookie stamp will start to bow and that will look odd. But we're just going to wedge them all down until they're nice, got a nice and snug fit around the edge of the stamp. Now this one here, if I try it, obviously the handle's in the way. I can't push it down further enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut just an X in the bottom of the paper cup, and then I can push this all the way through until it sits snug like that. See how the handle is sticking out the bottom? Now obviously I can't put that down now, but what I can do is I'm just going to use a smaller paper cup. I've got these little shot cups here, and I can just rest it on there so that I can make sure that when I'm filling my soap that the cup is sitting level. It's just sitting on the bottom here, and yet the handle has room because it's sitting in the bottom of this smaller paper cup. So there we go. Now it is important that your cookie stamps are level because it will be noticeable if they're not. When you pop your soap out, you're going to have like a lopsided edge to your soap, which will be noticeable. So what I've also got is a tiny little spirit level. Here's my tiny little spirit level. As you can see, it's got a bubble in it. And I know that when the bubble sits in the center there, that whatever I'm resting it on is level. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put the spirit down on top of the cookie stamp inside the cup, just to see that it's level. I'm also going to do that from a couple of different angles. See how this one is not quite level, so I'm going to have to push this one down a bit, just very gently. See how that bubble's looking much better now. I'm just going to move it around, do 45 degrees, just to make sure that a majority, oops, pushed the wrong side. Yep, beautiful. So I'm going to do this to all of my cookie stamps inside the paper cups before I pour the soap. Okay, I'm back and I've leveled all of my cookie stamps inside these paper cups. So it's time for the soap now. What I'm going to do is I want some really strong reds and greens for Christmas, because you know it's normally like a dark rich green and a dark rich red. So I'm going to actually use a majority of clear soap so that my liquid soap dye really takes. I don't want pastel colors. But I also want opaque soap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like an 80-20 combination of clear soap and white soap base. So I'm going to start weighing that out. Okay, so that's 240 grams. I'm Australian, so I use metric, but I'll just change my little thing here. It says 8.5 ounce there for the clear base. I'm going to tear that, add another 60 grams of white base. There you go. Which is just over 2 ounces. For wastage, I'm just going to add another cube of each. There we go. That way if I pour a little bit too much into my cups, or if a little bit sticks to the jug, I've still got enough soap. I'm going to pop this in the microwave and melt it down. Okay, so here's my soap. It's sort of like a creamy, pale, well, if white can be pale. You can tell that it's not fully white. You can tell that it's got some clear in it. I've scented it with a blend of Siberian fir and lavender essential oils, so it's smelling beautiful and Christmassy. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pour some into a separate paper cup so I can tint it green, and then I'll pop the rest of this on a double boiler just to keep it warm while I work. So I'm just going to tip just a third of this into the cup. I'm weighing it out as I go. I'm going to start with green. Giving my liquid colouring a good shake to make sure the pigment is properly dispersed. Just going to start with 2 drops, see how that goes. And that's the beautiful rich green that I really wanted there. Quite happy with that. It's a beautiful colour. As you can see, it's deepening as I keep stirring. Also, because it's Christmas, I want a little bit of sparkle, so I've got some eco glitter here. Just a very, very small amount. What I like to do is actually just dip the end of my skewer in a couple of times. I mean, it sticks to the soap, so that's fine. Give that a stir. I mean, with glitter and soap, less is more. Unless you're using a special suspension base, it's just gonna sink to the bottom. So you really don't need much at all. I'm just looking for a little flecks here and there as you're using the bar away in the bath or the shower. Just a little bit of glitter to spruce everything up. Okay, I'm happy with that. I could go darker if I wanted to. Maybe I will. What do you guys think? One more drop. Really stirring up that green now. That's a beautiful Christmassy color right there, with a little hint of glitter in it. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop on here. This is the Christmas tree one. This is one of the soaps that I want to be green. I'm gonna tear my scales. If I pinch the edge of my paper cup, I get a great pouring spout. Super helpful. Oh, nearly forgot. I'm going to spray the surface of the cookie stamp with some isopropyl alcohol. What the alcohol does is it just breaks up the surface tension as you're pouring, so it stops bubbles and stuff like that. It also helps it to spread evenly across the mould, so here we go. Pouring very carefully. I'm just going to pour to cover the edge, or the surface of the cookie stamp, and then I'm going to spray again because I don't want a whole bunch of bubbles. You can get bubbles. That looks pretty good. I'll keep pouring, weighing as I go. I'm going to put 50 grams in here. Beautiful. Another spray with alcohol to get rid of those bubbles. I'll just pop that over here to set. Doing the next one. I don't really need to weigh this. I won't bother tearing it. Sorry, not tearing it. Just going to spray that there. This one I'm pouring extra slow because it's got these really fine letters in it that I'm going to have trouble with, I can tell, but I just can't help it. I really like this stamp. Alright, here we go. Pouring the rest of the cup in. Giving it a spray. Gonna be very careful with this one because it's sitting on the other cup. And moving this one over there to set. So in the meantime, I've kept my soap on a double boiler, so it is still nice and fluid. Otherwise it will harden and I would need to stick it in the microwave again. You can do that, it's not an issue, it's just not something I wanted to do. I like to keep working, so I kept it nice and warm. Next we'll do the red. Really happy with how that's coming out. A nice, beautiful, rich red. I wouldn't be able to get it that rich if I just used solely a white base. And I would be able to get a brighter red if I used clear base, but my soap would have been see-through, which some people like, but I just prefer mine to be opaque. I believe that the design that's on the cookie stamp does show up better if you use an opaque soap. If it's a fully clear soap, the design and the picture just tends to get a bit lost. So that's why I prefer to do it this way. What I'm also going to do, because it's white, I have some pearl mica here that I'm just going to add to it. Just to bring out the design a little bit more. Stir that mica in. Also going to add some glitter. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to let those set overnight, and tomorrow we will come back and I'll show you how to get your beautiful soap bars out of the paper cups. Okay, so we're back. It's the next day. All of my cup soaps have set rock hard, and I'm ready to take them out of the paper cups and see the results. Basically, I'm hoping it's going to be good. I'm hoping they're going to be awesome. All right, it's very easy to pop these out. I'm just going to take a pair of scissors, snip the side of my paper cup, and start peeling it back from the soap. And I can pull out, I've got the soap here, I've got the cookie stamp stuck to the back, it's stuck pretty well. I'm just going to get them all out of the cups first, and then we'll ease away the stamps from the soap. This one here is the one with the handle sticking out the bottom, so I can still take it out the same way. Might have to put that one on its side. All this paper, we don't need that. So I'm taking this one here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just push the cookie stamp down. It is silicone, so it does give. And I'm going to just go round and ease it away. There we go. Look at that, we have some pretty bells. I like those. This from memory will be the snowflake. Yes, look at that one, lovely. These are coming away quite easily. I'm just doing them gently because I don't want to wreck anything. We have there a beautiful sparkly Christmas gift. A beautiful sparkly gingerbread man. This one is a Christmas tree. Oh, that one came out real easy. There we go, lovely. This one might be a bit tricky. So with this one, I'm just gonna take a knife and score around the edge, very lightly. Doesn't matter if it's straight or crooked, I'm just trying to break the seal that the soap has around the silicone. Look at it. It's so cool. It says Merry Christmas. That's beautiful, that one. I'm really happy with that one. It was a pill to get out. I basically just had to break the seal between the silicone and the soap. Once I shoved my fingernail in there and broke the seal, it just popped straight off, that one. So some of them do have a little bit of a lip around them. If you want to tidy them up, that's fine. We can just use the scissors. This one here, see, it's got a bit of soap fray. Very simple to just snip that off with my scissors here. A bit of a rounding. Beautiful. I am so happy with these. I think they're lovely. They're still a little bit soft. I'm going to let them harden some more. If you can wait, maybe wait, you know, a good 48 hours before trying to pop them out of the cups, but I just couldn't wait. I had to show you. But yeah, I'm just going to snip this one off too. But yeah, these are absolutely beautiful. They're exactly what I'd hoped for. We have a beautiful crisp design. The glitter worked well. They're just beautiful and I'm really happy with them. Merry Christmas, everyone. These are my beautiful cookie stamp Christmas melt and pour soaps. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see some more great projects, especially some Christmas projects coming up. And all the details, including quantities and where you can buy equipment and stuff, is all available on the Dancing Soap Dish website. Okay, thanks guys, see you again.